confused, everyone. Those asinine morons who canceled us were themselves fired for incompetence.
Just sitting here barefoot, don't we?
We finished dinner. Cody looked at me and said, yeah, we want to do this. I said, you sure? Yeah. So at the time, all we have is cell phones. So I told the couple, is it okay if we do an experiment? And they're like, okay, like just bear with us. We're going to do an experiment in your home. So this is a clip from a much larger video.
I mean, come on. Seriously.
You tell me as a paranormal investigator, I'm going to watch a video of somebody and I'm going to debunk it. That's a friggin' bunch of crap. That's not how you do investigating.
You serious?
Welcome back, everybody, and as you can see in the thumbnail, that today we're going to be talking about Cody and Satori again. Hopefully the last time, but probably not. Who knows? I don't know. You guys are probably getting sick and tired of Cody and Satori videos, but I had to weigh in on this one. And it's not so much about Cody and Satori as it is about this Dead Air Paranormal Spectrum show that I found. I thought that they had only put out one episode on this, and it was last Sunday live, and no. They've got so much content with these two. It's, you know, they accuse us of doing this for likes and views and clicks, but I think they found that when they have Cody and Satori on their show or talk about Cody and Satori, that they get the likes and views too. So let's just be honest. We're all in it for likes and views, for the YouTube side of it. The investigation side and all that stuff, that's different. I mean, my investigation video, the one that I've put out, and I don't care. I'm still going to put more out, but that's one of my least viewed videos, but I'm still going to put them out because that's what I do. So today we are definitely going to take the piss for my British audience. And I mean, they take the piss. They act like they're innocent and on the moral high ground, and you know, they're not doing anything to provoke or stir the drama pot.
I mean, come on. Seriously.
But you'll see that they really, really are. But they are definitely passive-aggressive. I understand why they're being a little bit passive-aggressive or being a little bit nasty, because they're probably getting crap. But they've inserted themselves into the situation, so, I mean, you just got to put the thick skin on and buckle up and prepare for it. So, yes, some of it is very nasty. I saw some things that kind of flirted nasty in this live show that they did Sunday. I mean, but my tolerance for nasty is pretty high. So, but yeah, there were some things in there that was like, I probably wouldn't say that in a comment section, especially when they've asked to keep it civil and keep it calm and all that stuff. But, you know, I can see some stuff that they took offense to and they didn't like, if I'm being honest. So a lot of what we're going to do today is going to be reacting to that live show that they did. I'm not going to get so much into the Cody and Satori debunking what they're doing, because to be quite honest, the the videos that we were given as proof and as an experiment and as scientific, they're just not good. I mean, I'm not picking on anybody or anything like that, but that's not, if you're presenting something as evidence that they're legit in what they're doing, this ain't the way to go about it. This whole rollout was wrong. Jason Hawes had a video up for 5 hours, then took it down. I understand why he took it down, but the optics of it looked bad. Like, why would you post that and take it down and blah, blah, blah. But one thing we never asked them to do is to stick Cody and Satori up in a freaking attic with crappy lighting. The audio, I mean, I think it's like a camera source audio. If you're doing an experiment, there should be microphones all over that place. It should be lit up like a Christmas tree, not them kneeling on some chairs in a freaking attic. Like, I don't even understand what rationale they used to think that was an experiment. I don't get it. And honestly, I had a panic attack thinking poor Satori is going to fall off and fall down in that hatch that was right behind her.
Okay, ready? Sorry, this is like really hard to keep my balance, so bear with me if I fall off the chair. A, B, C.
The whole setup to everything that they've done is it's just not an experiment. Okay, so I guess I'll start with that. But let's get into the video. We're going to react to a lot of what they said. Some of the things that they said were pretty, I don't want to say offensive, because again, I'm not easily offended, but they make some really bold statements that are just like, how, I don't even understand how they think that way. And you'll see a few of them. You saw one in the intro with Julie DeMay saying you can't debunk a video by watching a video. Like, bullcrap. We do it all the time. In our own stuff, we hear a noise, we, react to it on location and stuff like that. But then we go back and watch the videos, and then you say, oh, on this camera over here, we caught, Jose moving or whatever, and that's what made the noise. So, and sometimes you make noises that you don't realize at the time. And then you go back and watch the video and okay, I see what that is now. So yes, we debunk videos all the time. So anyway, let's get into it. Get the trusty headphones out. Yeah. Oh shit, I'm dropping stuff.
All right, Ken, it's all you. This is something that's already created somewhat of a turmoil. The moment that you posted the thumbnail, and it's expected. You and I talked.
I mean, what's going to
length over the last week in phone calls leading up to this to say how are we going to approach this, because we know that it's going to go a little bit overboard in one way, shape, or form, and it did instantly. Within hours after posting the thumbnail, the debunkers went after it, and it's going to continue to do that. That's part of what we have to expect in the field. But I would like, before we go anywhere with this, just give a little bit of an explanation to your understanding. And for those of you who are watching, this is not normally Ken and I doing questions back and forth to each other. Normally we have that guest on there, but as all this video content that we're going to provide tonight comes from Rise of Paranormal, this is the best way we thought to go about it. By the way,
because you frickin' fricks just can't ever be quenched. Your fantasies can't ever be quenched, can they?
So in that first clip, you can really see that they are going after debunkers immediately. I mean, you put a picture up of Cody and Satori up in an attic that's dimly lit, kneeling on chairs with their shoes and socks off. Like, of course that's going to make people comment. Like I said, the setup is all wrong. No one asked you to stick Cody and Satori up in an attic and do what you guys did. That's not what we asked for. We're looking for real science. We have to remember, this is the biggest claim of, 100% proof that we can communicate with spirits in the afterlife. That's what this is. This is huge. I don't know that they really understand that that's why people are going at this so hard. Like, if what they are doing is real, That is 100% concrete proof that we can communicate with spirits. That's why it's such a big deal. I mean, this is a big claim, and it needs big proof behind it. Not Cody and Satori up in an attic, a 360 cam and a couple handheld cams, and like I said, I believe the audio source was one of the cameras, mics. I mean, we need a lot more than what they provided.
One of the 360 videos that wound up being published on social media and then taken back down again. And again, there became all kinds of glorified guessing as to why that happened. To your knowledge, how did this all go about?
I got 2 messages last night. One from Julie DeMay at 12:03 a.m. and one from Cody Desbian at 12:51.
Yeah, they were probably
asking me if
crapping
I
when
was
Jason
still up. The answer
posted
to
that video.
was no. I was not up. So I was informed that Jay Hawes had put up one segment of the 360-degree video. The explanation I got was he wasn't aware we were going to show them tonight.
Kenny, what the fuck? How did Eavesdropper get a hold of my email to you? I don't know. Do you just leave your emails open for everyone to read? No. That was a private email from me to you.
So they stayed up there for I don't know how long. I didn't even read the messages until 9 a.m.
Take Jason's
this morning.
word for it.
So it was gone by then, and so it went private. So it was not anything that we had a hand in. The reason that he even had them was because we needed to bleep out a name.
Okay, this is weird.
And we didn't have the software to do that.
Okay, so you have a team of, I think he said there's 12 people in Rise Up Paranormal. And a videographer. I'm assuming Jason Hawes doesn't edit all their videos for him or post them. But like that is the most basic thing to do, is to put a cut, play the name, cut at the end of the name, mute that clip, and move on. Like that is as basic editing as it gets. So that just, again, maybe they're telling the truth here, but it just seems like an odd reason to give Jason the video. I mean, that is a very, very simple cut. You could probably do it on your phone if you wanted to. So I don't know. That just seems weird to me. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little screen grab of me performing this edit for them. Just to show you how easy it is. I mean, it's probably a 30-second process. So we'll put that in here.
It just it's not going to be accepted here. But Erin, I want to thank you for being with us here tonight. You are a first person. But Erin, I want to thank you for being with us here tonight. You are a Erin. It's not going to be accepted here. But I want to thank you for being with us here tonight.
So he was able to help us do that. So that's why he was in possession of them in the first place, The next thing you know, they wound up out there. So really nothing to do with us. It happened. People commented on it. Like so many other things, leads me to the next point I have. A lot of what's been going on, because now I find myself on thumbnails, and George, you find yourself on thumbnails.
Well, you put yourself into the story, so you got to expect it.
Is based on projection and assumptions and speculation, and suddenly it becomes the truth.
I mean, you guys have inserted yourself into the story. You guys are all in with them. You guys are all friends. You're all believers in it. So, I mean, you got to expect that people are going to react to you when you're doing a live show like this and the topic that you're talking about. And there's nothing wrong with people reacting to
The things that I read, even if it's a rather aggressive message, I will take the constructive criticism out of it and just disregard the rest. Someone can say something I don't like, but that's not a bad idea. And I'll take that. The rest of it, you're fraud, fake, you're in on it. And yeah, I just kind of disregard that.
They have been accused of being in on the fake and the fraud and all this stuff. I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't think that they're involved in any faking. I think they genuinely, all these people that they're bringing forth, like I said, I think they're being fooled, and they're a little bit arrogant in thinking that they can't be fooled. But I think, and I'm going to say Cody specifically, I think he is so good at pulling this off that, they've fooled people. And I think these people are genuinely fooled, not in on it in any way. I personally think Cody has developed different ways of doing this, different joints he's popping or toe snapping, because in some of the videos that they present in this live, one, you can hardly hear it. Two, it sounds different than all of the other videos where he's got his shoes on. And that sound that makes in all the other videos is definitely like if you were to tap the bottom of a shoe from the inside. It's got that sound, and it's that sound everywhere they go. So I genuinely think that the people in this video tonight, they're genuinely being fooled. And they maybe need a come to Jesus moment like I had. I was a member of the Warren Legacy Foundation, and for a long, long, long time, I believed that picture from Amityville was a ghost boy. And then I saw a video that Kenny Biddle made, and I was like, holy crap. I don't know who faked it, who's involved. I definitely know that their publicist, Paul Blartz, I think is his name, he faked that photo. Did he do it on his own? Did someone tell him to? I don't know. But he absolutely faked that photo. And Kenny Biddle proved it. So, I'll try and put the link to that video down in the description so that you guys can go watch that for yourself. But for me, that was like a coming to Jesus moment. Like, holy cow, I never looked at it that way. I've defended that photo for a long time. But then I saw that and was like, oh my God, I've been fooled. So, maybe someday these guys will have that moment with Cody and Satori.
Why did we do this? The most important question, because we were asked to. Well, you're friends of theirs. Well, that's why we were asked to. And I think most people out there, if you were in my shoes and this couple, after everything that's been going on for months, asked you to document them, I'm sure you jump at it too. So the woman we're going to bring on very soon, Julie DeMay, we made a plan. I said, okay, we'll do it. I don't care what people think. I honest to God don't care what people think. I said, okay, if we're going to do this, Julie, this is how we're going to do it. So we were very frank with Cody and Satori. We said, we'll do it, but under these conditions. This is what we're going to do. We're going to point you in a direction, turn the cameras on, but the camera placement and everything that we're going to do is going to be as if we suspended any knowledge of ever knowing you for the amount of time we're going to be there. Like, forget it. They had no input into what we're doing.
That's not 100% true, because there was, and he says in a different video or the same one later on, but, he says Cody approached him and said, hey, will you guys do this? And then he said at another video that they asked Cody and Satori if they could film it. I don't doubt that if a buddy of mine came up and said, would you document this? Would you videotape this? Would you do this experiment? I'd probably do it too. But what these guys have to understand is that that's not what we asked for. This claim, like I said, it's a massive claim. It needs way more than friends of yours videotaping you up in an attic on some chairs with some, again, crappy lighting. You need way more audio sources. microphones. I mean, like, you need high quality stuff here because this is a massive claim. So yes, I would have done it. So I don't fault them for that. They just didn't do it right. And that's, you know, they may not like hearing that, but just in my opinion, they didn't do it right. And if my first time doing an experiment with them was using cell phones, I would have never, ever posted that. I wouldn't call this part of the experiment. I just, 2 cell phone cameras as an experiment is not, that's not high enough. So that's not what we asked.
Well, during our conversation also, we were able to get the statement from Jason Hawes. I hope I have this in the correct order. But it's from Jason Hawes on his post. I've tried to keep myself out of it as much as possible.
So I really like what Jason said there. I understand, and I don't even feel that, but I guess I have to, but we shouldn't even have to address the death threats and the violence and the bullying. Like, everybody knows that that is wrong. Or maybe not. I don't know. We all can agree. And I think anybody that has debunked them, put out a video about them, or any of that stuff would agree and defend them if people are sending them death threats and bullying them, like with physical attacks and all that other stuff. Like, that's way out of line. Everybody knows it. So I couldn't imagine if my daughter had people threatening to kill her over paranormal shit. Like, it doesn't, I don't know what's wrong with people. I really don't. But we can all agree that that is wrong. It can't be tolerated. And, you know, if he were to show people's names and things like that, like, I mean, I hope they went to the cops with this stuff. So it's, you know, I definitely stand with Cody and Satori and everybody else involved on that point, because there's no use for that.
Many of you have noticed that I removed the video for Cody, so this was the first one for Cody and Satori. The reason I did this was after I posted the video. Well said. That's from Jason Hawes. That, again,
I couldn't have written that better.
Scrutinized.
Myself. Analyze the hell, because I know you are, of what we're going to show you tonight. You're entitled to that.
So here again, Jason says, analyze the hell out of this. They all keep saying analyze it frame by frame. Boost the volume, you know, whatever you got to do to analyze it. They're putting this out for us to analyze. And then we're going to make YouTube videos about it. Like, that's just, you guys have asked us to. So, but then in a lot of times in their shows that they've done on this topic, pretty much they'll show a video that's crappy quality. I'm sorry, I'm not picking on Julie DeMay when I say that, because it's not all her videos, but, and then George will do his come on thing. Like, they just presented something that, like, that's absolute proof that what they're doing is real. Like, no, it's not, man. Like, it needs to be better. There's no nice way to say that. It just needs to be better. And I'm not really kind of going, well, I kind of am a little bit, but I'm really trying to not go at these guys hard, because I understand people are coming at them. So they're a little agitated, and I get that. But Ken DaCosta appears to be really, really honest throughout this whole thing, and a couple of other videos that I've watched. Like, he definitely tries to tone things down in this live show. Some of the statements that are made by George Lopez and Julie DeMay, he tries to rein it in at one point. I'm pretty sure I clipped that, and we'll show that later.
You know, as far as having somebody that, like, why are you doing it, Ken? My question, why the hell shouldn't I do it? Because people say I shouldn't. This was a great opportunity to do an experiment / investigation. You understand? This is the first, only, and mark my words, the last time where we've ever filmed this couple with the specific purpose of filming them in different states and in different positions, etc.
So I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to analyze any of it, because it's just not good enough quality to put out in it. Like, I'm not going to spend the hours watching them do this crap. It's not, they're bad experiments, and I'm not going to sit there and waste my time analyzing that and make a video because it's pointless. When they do an actual experiment with good equipment, multiple camera angles, people involved that don't know them or are unbiased. I mean, these guys are all biased. They've been hanging around with them for years. So they're the last people on the planet that should be doing an experiment like this. That being said, I understand why they did it, because they're their friends. But they have to expect that that's not what we're asking for. And if they don't see that, I don't know what to say, because it makes sense to me, and I think a lot of other people.
Now, keep in mind, and I'm saying this is my own statement with regards to what you were about to experience and see, is that a lot of this has been what the media, what society, what the paranormal field, and what the debunkers have asked for.
No,
as far as these experiments are concerned.
Nope.
And as Ken predicted, and as we have already seen right after just simply posting the thumbnail, she moved the goalpost. Now you move the goalposts.
Nope.
The whatabouts are coming about again.
Yep.
You know, well, you know, it's because Ken knows the barn, and
yep,
because everybody's in cahoots. I mean, it is without question another one of the great conspiracy theories that are going to be thrown out there, and we can't do anything about that. You make up your own mind. You make that judgment. Then you make that video because you've learned by now that
Thanks for
if you
permission.
focus on one, and you have some of your videos on there of paranormal investigating, and you got 135 views, 75 views on your ghost hunting investigating. But as soon as you began to become venomous with this vitriol, then all of a sudden you saw a target market. Haters. You saw people that were out there that would gravitate to the things that you were spewing, and it's working for you. Can't deny it. It's a market.
Can.
You know, you're looking for those views, you're looking for those likes, you're looking for those subscribers.
Okay, this is, again, I'm not offended, like, oh my gosh, he just said that. Like, I'm not that way, because to offend me is, the bar is way higher than that. But that's, what he says is bullshit. I don't, so let's take it back. We're trying not to swear in this. What he says is offensive, because my market is not haters. My market is not Cody and Satori. Yes, I've done a couple videos, but that's not all I do. People are analyzing this and making videos about this because you guys are putting stuff out, telling us to analyze the hell out of it, in your quote, in your words, Jason Hawes' words. So that's why these videos are coming out. It's not because, oh gosh, yes, there's some haters over here, and if I talk about this, nothing I've said about them has been venomous. Most of the other videos that I've watched about them have not been venomous. So, I mean, your bar for that is pretty low. And I just... So I'm thinking I like Ken. I'm not a big fan of George. I'm just going to be honest with you. Maybe he's under different circumstances. He's a lot nicer guy. Like I said, I understand why they're upset. I understand why they, are coming at this the way that they are, because they're getting a lot of heat. But then again, you've injected yourself into the whole situation. But no, I don't think they're in on the hoax. I said that earlier. I don't think they're in on it. They're just being fooled like everybody else, in my opinion.
The first person I turned to was, of course, our videographer, because she owns all the equipment, right? And she'll talk a little bit about, as we go on, how we set this up and what we did, because what's important to note is we're going to show you clips, but there are longer sessions that are going to be available to you. We didn't pick the highlights. They're unvarnished, uncensored. You're going to see the whole thing. And when we get back on screen, George and I will talk about how you're going to be able to do that.
They were short investigators, and I just started showing up more, helping, and realizing video was really my strong point. And I'm up to 10 cameras right now, 2K, 4K, 360, FLIR, just about everything. And to me, it's all about capturing the moment. It's not about watching a gadget make noises on a table. That doesn't do it for me. I want to capture the moment from the time I get there to the time I leave, and with many cameras as possible, and hopefully something, surprising, we actually capture.
So it's not the size of the K that counts. It's how you use it. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful here to Julie, but it doesn't matter how many cameras you have. The quality, well, quality matters. I take that back. It's camera placement and lighting and audio placement. That's where, in my opinion, that's where you guys drop the ball. I can't even say that the quality of all the cameras are good, because they're not. I mean, the first video that they showed, it was cell phones. Bad lighting, horrible audio. That's not going to cut it for when you're trying to prove the biggest claim, ever to, I don't want to say ever to be made, but this is a really, really big claim. It's massive. It's huge. It would change absolutely everything if what was going on was legit and real. And so that's why the bar is so high, and that's why everything has to be done right. And you guys are over there doing, am I saying I can do it better? I think I could a little bit, but am I saying I could do it good enough? Probably not. I think a lab needs to be involved, some monitoring equipment of some sort. Like, there's just a whole lot that should have been done, and maybe will be done in the future. I don't think so.
Ken, before we let you go ahead and play these videos, and I'll step off screen, but final question to you is, could you address the selective editing that has gone on so far, and the logic behind doing things a little bit more in the peer review style that is supposed to be done in this field?
Yeah, it was important. If we, like I said before, this is the first, only, and trust me, the last time. I don't know if Julie mentioned that, but we let Cody and Satori know we're done. We will continue to film investigations, document our research as we go about our business as investigators. In terms of presenting this, filming them, this was it. This is the end of the line for us, and you can hold me to that. This was a one-time deal, which is why we went to great lengths to do this. And we wanted to do it in a fashion that was uninterrupted. Well, we'll get to that in a little while, but this was important to address what people wanted to see.
So let's talk about that for a second. What does peer review style mean? It means you're going to present this to everybody, and people that are professionals, such as Kenny Biddle. I mean, he's a professional debunker. He is a professional in the field of paranormal study. So, if you're doing a peer review style, you have to expect people to comment on it, make videos on it, and all that other stuff. And if people don't agree that this is real, this group of people gets all offended and uptight. So, I mean, that's not really peer review. You're presenting the evidence to people to analyze and blah, 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 blah.
All right. So the first video I want to play is a surprise to me, because we were invited to a former client's home for dinner, and they asked if Cody and Satori could come too. They're moving out of their house, so this may be the last time we're together. We've been there multiple times, and as is the case sometimes, as an investigator, you develop a relationship with a client beyond the paranormal. You just hit it off. So they wanted to have us to dinner. We finished dinner. Cody looked at me and said, "Yeah, we want to do this." I said, "You sure?" "Yeah." So at the time, all we have is cell phones. So I told the couple, "Is it okay if we do an experiment?" And they're like, "Okay. Like, just bear with us. We're going to do an experiment." in your home. So this is a clip from a much larger video, but this is done at a private residence. We didn't want to do it at Conjuring House or Pain House or places that we typically go to.
But you went to somewhere that you've already been. It just...
So this is what we decided to do, and this is the first of about 10 clips we're going to show tonight. So here you go.
So here it comes, the big moment, the big proof that everybody has been looking for. The first video in this experiment. Get ready. Here it comes.
Have you ever had a dreams that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
I know we look a little funny just sitting here barefoot, don't we? Just a little strange.
Does it look silly to you what we're doing?
Trust us, there's reasons for it now. But we appreciate that. We just wanted to say that we're so thankful that you've allowed us to be in your home and allowed us to spend amazing dinners here with you guys in your home. So thank you. We hope that we have been good guests. Okay, that makes me happy. Does anybody have any
You
questions?
guys want visitors at your new place?
Sure.
They're welcome to come, yes.
Sure, anytime.
Did you hear
You're
that?
welcome anytime.
Does that sound good?
Good, good. You'll have to
So
take this.
Dave, Lynn, will you be visiting new house?
Word
Word.
A, B, C, D.
So no one, literally no one asked you to go to a place that you guys have been to multiple times and do an experiment with cell phones. That is, no one asked it. So this don't count for anything. This is, so many holes can be put into this. So many theories can come up with, well, they've been there, they know things, and they do. And if they knew where they were going, they could look things up. That's absolutely possible. And that's one of the charges against them, is that they're looking things up. So this makes the problem worse. This does not help anything. No one said, let's think about this for a second. Let's have our friends go to a place that we all know and film us doing this with our shoes and socks off with cell phones. Do you really think that that's going to shut people up? I mean, personally, I think Cody knew that they weren't prepared to do this experiment. That could be why he asked to do it that night, because he knew they didn't have their cameras, because they were going over there for dinner. So he knew that the only thing that would be able to show is low quality cell phone video stuff. So again, the lighting is bad, the audio is bad. It's just not good. Not even close to what's been asked.
Is because there's been a lot of emphasis, for whatever reason, on Cody's right foot. So we want to make sure we get that in line, because, you know, while I don't pay much attention, I'd be lying to you if I said, hey, I wasn't aware of what's being said. Either I see it, or for the most part, it's brought to me. You know, do you know what they're saying now? And, you know, calm down, relax, you know. So in having a handheld, I didn't want their shifting to have anything to do with what I was filming. So that's why, and that was on a cell phone. So I apologize if it's a little, you know, but it was kind of a spur of the moment thing.
So yeah, don't present that then. That proves nothing. It doesn't move the ball forward. If anything, it moves it backwards. I would have never shown that. Personally, I never would have shown that as my grand experiment. This is, you know, I'm going to make a Facebook post about how this is coming out. This is groundbreaking. This is proof. We've done the experiments that you asked for. And the first video they present is this. Come on. Come on.
Come on. Seriously.
All right, but before we go any further, also, this is gonna be one of those great clips for these other YouTubers that go out there and put this. But I'm gonna ask a straightforward question.
Yeah.
To Ken DaCosta and Julie DeMay. Are either of you in cahoots conspiring to provide false evidence of a paranormal phenomena occurring with Cody and Satori?
No.
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 Okay.
Flat
have
out,
it on record.
You know? I mean,
So yeah, I believe them. I really do believe them. I think they're being fooled, and they're just too set in their ways to even think that they could be fooled by these two, or even think that these two would try to fool them, because they've known them for years. They're friends. They've all been running around in the same circles. So that is a factor in their thought process. They, like I said, I've already told how my eyes were opened.
Yeah, I'm perusing chat as you're explaining the last video and what's to come. And sure enough, as we expected, already moving the goalpost.
No one's moving the goalpost.
Everybody talked about the
Stop
toe,
saying
then
that.
they talked about the ankle, then they talked about the knee. Now everybody's in there screaming, we need to see Cody's hips. It's like, you people are ridiculous. Now, next one we'll do is Cody and the
laugh at
thong.
people asking questions you've already
it's perpetual.
asked them
It's
to ask.
perpetual. And it's, just, again, keep it civil. That's fine. You want to make that assumption, that's fine. Go with what you want to go with on there. But and there are people that are in chat right now who have YouTube channels right now who said, all we want is a picture of them barefoot. We'll be happy.
Nope.
Give you a bonus plan.
Nope.
You're never
We're
going to
going to run out of body parts. I mean, this is
is
ridiculous.
why we responded to this, but you're going to see Cody say, you're going to see, I'm not commenting on that.
Yeah, let me interject one other thing too, and it's my freedom to do so. I've been hosting the show for 15 years. We've had phenomenal guests in the past. We've had controversial topics in the past, but nothing reaches the level of what is going on right now with how people are and react to. Even the one in there that said, we should have this person and this person. These YouTube debunkers should be the ones there doing this with Cody and Satori. That'll validate them. Do you not understand what I said earlier? What Julie and I were talking about prior to the show falls under the same category. It's a business.
No one is moving the goalpost. No one asked for this. This is not what we've been asked. So stop saying that we're moving the goalpost. Again, I understand they're a little fired up. The chat was a little chippy. Wasn't horrible, but it was a little chippy. But I'm just not big fans of Julie and George. I just think they're talking down to us. I don't know that they realize that, but they're really sitting up there like they're on a high horse and we're all freaking idiots. I mean, that's really the tone that they're giving off. So I can't stand that. Come on, George, you're making me smoke too much.
There is no way that
I just sounded like the
any
angry
one of these
Cajun right there.
debunkers is going to throw away the volume of viewers they have right now with the type of content they're putting out and the type of attacks that are being put out there. You want to call supposition or alleged, however you want to categorize it, you are stoking a fire, and there are people that are in there under your videos saying
Analyze
very
the hell out
threatening
of this.
things.
That's what we were
Do
told.
you tell them, hey, step back
Frame
a
by
little bit,
frame.
take it easy? That's the problem to it, is that you are just invoking rage and you're profiting off of it, which is fine. It's a business. I understand that.
Okay, first, I have yet to make a dime on any YouTube stuff. I know people do.
I lied.
I don't know if you guys watch Twin Paranormal or anything like that. Oh my God, we got our first.
Ooh,
Awesome.
Is that a
thank
super
you.
chat, super sticker? I don't know what it's called, but how do we highlight this? Thank you, Smack. I appreciate that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Holy shit. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Rose, come on.
Thank you. But
I appreciate that.
I mean,
Thank you
it's
so
very,
much.
I mean, what?
What the fuck, Joe?
Joe.
Pardon my French. Dude, come on, man. Don't do that, Joe.
Joe.
Joe, come on. Is there a way to give him a refund?
I don't know. Thank you, Joe.
Come on, man. Joe. Where's the Joe Frankie thing?
Oh.
We loved Joe Frankie before it was cool. You guys are.
Thank you, Dana.
You guys are killing me. I appreciate that so much, Dana. Thank you. And Dana, she's another one. She's helped on a lot of shit.
She's actually one of them that we were talking about when we about the house.
The psychics.
That we were checking them out. We sent her to our house and she couldn't get in. She's one of them that
She did. But this, George, do you not understand that maybe these people do have some, they're good videos for them. They get a lot of content or a lot of views and whatever, but there's some major principles in all of this. People will, like Ken has said, I'm going to die on this hill. I will die on this hill. Well, a lot of debunkers are the same way. Like it is a matter of principle. Yes, it's a bonus if you can make some money doing it. I personally, I don't really go through everybody's comment section, so I don't know if they're good, bad, or whatever. I don't. I know my own comment section. I wouldn't stand for any bullying, nasty. A little nasty. I mean, if you want to say, "Oh, these two suck," I can't stand what they're doing, I'd leave that because I'm a big free speech guy. But if someone were to say, "I'm going to go over and cause them harm," that comment's getting deleted. And depending on how bad it is, it would maybe get reported to the police or something. So I do believe that, a lot of these YouTubers, including myself, we do police our chats. And we don't let things stand that are over the top and, that cross the line. We don't. Maybe you've seen things, but I don't know what and on what channels. I'm speaking for what I've seen and my stuff. So,
but problem of it is they could come in here. Cody could stand on one person's stomach. Satori could stand on the other person's stomach. Get the same responses when they get back home and they get back on their channel. They are never going to admit that what is happening here is valid because it's going to hurt them.
I don't believe that.
Absolutely.
I don't believe that at all. I'm not buying that at all. The debunkers in these channels know that their word and their being truthful is more important than holding a line and sticking to it. If you let debunkers or a real experiment happen, whether or not the debunkers do it, whatever, if you let that happen, they would give you their true analysis on what they witnessed. I believe that to be 100% true. They're not going to just, nope, it's bullshit. It's not going to go down that way.
Say what you will, defend it as you will. Take these clips from our show tonight, put it on your channel, and call BS like you tend to do. Nothing I can do about that. But a fact of a fact of a fact, that's basically it. That's basically it. It's a business.
Nope.
It's a market plan, and you're not going to change that when you see the revenue coming in every 3 months from YouTube.
Nope.
So that's just the way it is.
And the weird thing is, too, what I can see is that I think the people who have the most popularity on the internet, whether their YouTube channel and debunking whatever, is that these people have never seen them in person. Debunking whatever is that these people have never seen them in person.
I mean, come on, seriously?
And I don't get that. You tell me as a paranormal investigator, I'm going to watch a video of somebody and I'm going to debunk it.
That is a very, very bad statement. That is, I got to question your investigation skills. If you think that watching videos and debunking isn't part of investigating, I really question everything that you've done. If maybe you're misspeaking, I don't know, but that's a pretty bold statement that you made. We debunk our stuff by watching our videos all of the time. All the time. So it's a very, very important part of investigating. So don't call us all stupid because we're sitting there watching videos and debunking things. That's why I said I'm not a big fan of Julie and I'm not a big fan of George. I don't hate them. It's just not. I don't like their tone, but I get it. They probably don't like my tone either. So let's just all take the piss together.
That's a friggin' bunch of crap. That's not how you do investigating. Absolutely. I mean, why would you do it that way?
They're not interested in the paranormal.
No.
As investigators, they're interested in grabbing an audience through the drama.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's not going to change by no means. So you know, it's something that has to be accepted. That's the way that society is now, and we just have to accept it as such. And you know, we could sit there and try to debate it, argue it. That just adds more gasoline on the fire. It's not worth it. So we present what we present. Ken presents, and Julie presents, and take it from there. But keep moving the goalpost because that works for you. Keep changing. It must be this. It must be that. By the time we're done with all of this, we'll have, can you film Cody popping his neck? Because we know that he's popping his neck. We went from the feed up. We'll keep going till we find something that pops on him. Okay. So
I have to separate you guys.
So see what I'm saying? Ken comes in and he's trying to be reasonable. He's like, okay, this is starting to get a little ugly. I disagree with everything you're saying, George. Most of the debunkers, including myself, we're investigators. Debunking is a big part of investigating. Most of the people that are doing videos on Cody and Satori are believers. There's some skeptics out there that are 100% skeptical. I'm trying to Mr. Gray is pretty skeptical, and I think he's only made one video that I've seen. But he's not analyzing it. He's not debunking it. He's giving his thoughts on the whole situation. So unless, here again, maybe you're watching stuff that I've never seen. But you're talking about big channels, and I definitely follow and watch the big channels. Most of the big channels, the people have some sort of hope or belief in the paranormal or communication with the afterlife or whatever you want to say. So to make a statement that we're just going to say no matter what is wrong. You're just wrong on that. It's because you guys showed us some crappy clips. I'm not even going to get into anymore because I'm not going to sit there and analyze them and watch them. And I think Jake Hartz did a video where he analyzed the actual videos that you've shown, but I really haven't seen anybody else because it's not worthy of analysis. Hey, I'm sorry to rain on your parade, but it's just what you guys did not help anything. You hurt the situation, so we should all move on. One question that was in the comments quite a bit on that live show was, let's call it the big lie. Is that Cody and Satori came up with this when they met. It all happened by accident. The first time that it's ever happened is when they met. And there's video after video of Cody doing forms of this years before. So that is a big lie. None of you address it. You avoid it because you can't defend that. You cannot defend that lie. But that is a bold-faced lie. It is not a mistake. They've repeated it multiple times, knowing that the videos of Cody are out there. So it's not a mistake. It's not a misspeak. It is an outright lie, and you guys are avoiding it. And it is the basis of this whole thing is based on a lie. So this live was 2 hours long, and I'm not going to watch the whole thing. I've already watched it 2 or 3 times. Actually 3 times, yeah. I've watched it once, listened to it 2 other times at work, and it's just all more of the same. And I really thought, like I said, that this was a one-time thing for them, but then I looked at their channel and crap, half their content, half their live shows, well, not half, I take that back, but a lot of their stuff is Cody and Satori. They're on as guests, they're on as friends, their friends are on as guests, and it's just nothing wrong with that, but I mean, don't make it sound like this is a rare occasion for you guys to be talking about this. I mean, you guys talk to them a lot. And again, nothing wrong with that. So anyway, we're going to wrap this up because otherwise this video is going to be too long. So let me know in the comments section if you want a part 2. I'll do it if you guys want. I really don't feel the need to, but they definitely make a lot of statements, you know, further on in this video too that should have been addressed, but I just, like I said, didn't have time. So yes, I realize it's been a while since we put anything out. I had a video that I was working on with Twin Paranormal, and then got some of it done and my reaction to it, blah, blah, blah. And then Beardo drops a video on the same one. And I was like, God dang it. So, and I don't want to, I came to a lot of the same conclusions he did. And I don't want people to think that I watched his video and stole his content. So then I had to watch more Twin Paranormal to come up with a different one to react to, because I have a pretty good, you guys know that, you know, some of my intro stuff is comedy. I had a really, really good idea that I can't waste. I don't want to throw it away. So I finally found one to react to. So we're working on that. Then this comes up. And like I said, I've watched and listened to a lot of their content on the topic. Anyway, subscribe if you already haven't. Share the video with your friends. Have them subscribe. We are so close to 1,000. So, man, when we get to 1,000, that'll be awesome. That'll be a really, really cool benchmark. And then look forward to our Twin Paranormal video that should be out next. Hopefully. It's so hard to watch that stuff, guys. You don't even realize. It's probably hard for you guys to watch us watch it sometimes, because those guys are so over the top. It's ridiculous. So anyway, catch y'all on the next one.